Good morning, Jason here, Birchfield Family Farm, Oxford, Ohio. Good word today is from Psalm 75. We give thanks to you, O God. We give thanks, for your name is near. Men tell of your wonderful deeds. You say, I choose the appointed time. It is I who judge uprightly. When the earth and all its people quake, it is I who hold its pillars firm. Okay, the excitement continues here on the farm. We've had an eventful past couple of weeks here. Came out Tuesday morning. Today is Thursday morning. Tuesday morning we had a couple of new lambs, new fuzzballs on the ground. So lambing kicked off here officially. Tuesday morning we had another ewe drop, a pair yesterday. And so we've got 4 on the ground now, many more mamas set to go here anytime. I want to talk today about something that this is our fifth lambing season here. And for the first time ever, we have our first bottle lamb. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that today. Say hi, bud. This is Tiny. And Tiny is our smallest lamb ever born here on the farm. Mama was, she's a little bit early with her delivery, and so he started out at 2.8 pounds. 2.8 pounds. Bottle lambs are not the goal here on the farm, not what we're shooting for. Nonetheless, when we find one he was unable to get up and unable to nurse, obviously. So we're gonna help him out. I'm not gonna let a lamb in that condition go, and we'll do everything we can for him. And but I wanted just today to take some time to talk about just our first time experience with a bottle lamb, what we've done. Let's put him back on the scale here, and it's about coming up on 48 hours that he's been in the world here. Let's see if we've got any more weight to him, and we'll go over what we've done. You got some sneezes there, bud? Yeah? Okay, so 48 hours later here, we got a weight. You can see he is able to stand now. He has gained between a tenth, oh, hey, bud. A tenth and 2/10 of a pound. But you have to remember, on 2.8 pounds, that's like about 4% that he's gained here of his body weight in 2 days. So I'm encouraged by that. All the plumbing's working good. So when we found this guy, I'm going to show some shots of him as I talk here. He was not able to get up on his own. So obviously in that situation, he's not going to make it because he can't get to milk. Now, on a normal lamb, our lambs here, we see them get up. It's like usually 15-20 minutes, maybe half hour. They're up and they're nursing. They're walking. They're not super steady on their feet, but they're able to to get up and to start finding the milk. And he was not strong enough to do that, and he was not strong enough to lift his head even to find that teat and to get fed. And so he without a little intervention here, I don't believe he would make it. And so we worked with him initially. There's a lot that we're learning in this process. This is like I say, our first bottle lamb. But Sarah, you want to bring that bottle over here? So what we've been doing, it's my belief there's nothing better for them than that mama's milk and colostrum to start out. And so we had something called a Pritchard teat that we purchased from Premier One. It's just that yellow cap and the red teat there, and that is tip it up, honey. So all that, there you go. That couple bucks from Premier One, and that supposedly that Pritchard teat most closely resembles mama, and he has taken to that very well. That's worked well for us. I will say this: in the beginning, we tried using that. And that can you show me the end of that? So the end of this, it comes from the store. It comes and it's sealed off. So I did not know that. And we were trying to use this thing, and it's like he was sucking on it, but he wasn't getting any milk. And so point to that little tip there, Sarah. So what we did, squeeze that a little bit. Yeah, we took I guess the reason they do this is because you can cut that in different ways depending on your application. Now, for us, I did not want him to be able to get a bunch of milk because I don't want him choking. So we took a razor blade. You can see there, and we sliced that thing long ways, and that has worked great. I know you can take scissors and you can cut off the end of that. I did see where some folks had done that though and hadn't had a whole lot of luck. It just seemed like it came out too fast. And so we've had really good luck with slicing the end of that with the razor blade. Okay, you guys can feed him again if you want. He's taking to that real well. Just giving him easy, giving him probably, they say about 20% of their body weight per day is what they should be getting in milk. Now we kind of pin Mama. Sam holds Mama, and then I will milk Mama, and then we put that. You can see that Pritchard tea. It goes right on a soda bottle, right on a pop bottle. So it's really convenient. You can pretty much use any bottle. We've given him Mama's milk. He's getting that good colostrum, and I really feel like, that's what's keeping him going. Putting on weight, we did give a little bit of vitamin E in the beginning. I keep a little bit of a lamb supplement, just because sometimes we see that vitamin E deficiency in the beginning. Hey, bud. Hey. So what's the goal here? What are we doing? Obviously, we're not in the business of raising bottle lambs. I'm not wanting to do that. I want to see mamas throw lambs and raise them on their own. And they, this being the first one in 5 years, I think that is a testament to the breed, and that the majority of the time, that's what's going to happen. They're going to have babies that can get up and can nurse and all that. Like I say, this mama did go a little bit early, and the other ewe that she threw is doing great. So she was up and around right away. I'm thinking that she was the first one born and he was second, and just didn't have a whole lot of weight to him. So the goal here ultimately is to get him strong enough to where he can lift this head and he can go right in and he can nurse off a mama. So that's what this Pritchard teat is doing. When we nurse, we try and keep this up, to where he has to, we're having to lift his head now, but the goal here is to get him to be able to do that on his own. But it's quite a bit of work here. It's a hand to mouth kind of thing with the milk. We go out and milk her when we need it. That way it's warm. You can do this with milk replacer. Buy that and keep it on hand, if you don't want to milk, or you can't, or maybe your ewe passes away, but you have live lambs, and if that was the case, I would still try and milk out another ewe. If you had another ewe that was in milk, and milk her out and try and feed that. But in the beginning there, that colostrum is very important. They've got to have that. Ideally within the first few hours. Definitely want to be getting that into them within the first 6 hours. You go 24 hours without that colostrum, and that's not good. That's trouble, and you're trouble too. Yep. Anyhow, goal here is to get him back on mama, and we do put him in with her periodically, and she's not rejecting him, but we're gonna need work to get him back onto her at some point here. But we're very pleased with how he's moving around, and he did get to come in the mudroom last night. Spoiled little dude. Yeah, I did notice that feeding him once during the night, we did that last night about 3:30 in the morning. I did notice that seems to really help him out, getting a good jump on the next day. We did not do that. We did not feed him at night that first night, and he was really struggling that next morning. And so you know, 20% of body weight each day. So for him, you know, 8 to 9 ounces of milk a day amounts to what, an ounce or two every 3 or 4 hours. So not a lot, but he's I think he's doing well. But we'll keep you posted here on how this goes. A little overwhelming in the beginning, right? But we had a lot of this stuff on hand, so that was good. If he wasn't swallowing in the beginning, that's one thing too I wanted to talk about. If he wasn't swallowing, then we would have needed to tube feed him, and I do keep that equipment on hand to be able to have them swallow the tube and then to feed them through that tube. But thankfully with him, he was strong enough to swallow, just could not get up and could not feed himself. And so the bottle, if we would have known that on the Pritchard teat that we needed to slice that open, I think the bottle would have worked from the beginning. We did use a dropper, kind of just fed him very, very small amounts in the beginning, but it worked. It was effective. So kids are calling him Tiny. Let's see how it goes. Hope you're having a good one. And boy, this weather's great, isn't it, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, mid-70s. Nice and cool at night. It's spring is here, lots to do. Anyhow, got any questions, comments? We are not experts, if you haven't picked up on that by now. Just regular folks trying to make it work on the farm here. I hope you're having a good one. We'll talk to you next time. Say bye, Tiny.